Hey, it's Nyanevsky, and today I'm going to show you how to play the song A Living Hope. It is such a beautiful song. I'm actually going to be playing it really soon for a worship night, and I'm right here along with you learning the introduction and all of the parts of the song. So we're going to start out with the A chord. So the A chord is like this. And with my left hand, I'm just going to be playing on that octave. Octave means I'm just going to be playing A down here and A up here. That's one octave. And so with my right hand, instead of playing it here and mashing my two thumbs together, and it's not really a good idea, instead of playing this A here, I'm actually going to play the A chord like this. So instead of playing A here, I'm going to play it up here, and this is how my A shape would look like. And now, thankfully, because I'm going to be playing my A like this is exactly where I need to keep my right hand to play the melody, which looks like this. So because I'm going to be playing my A inverted, it just works out perfectly. And the way that you play with your right hand looks like this. Basically, it's the third, fifth of A, and then the first of A, and then you're going to go to D, B, and then E, A, and then back to E. So again. So you kind of have to practice it. As you can tell, I haven't done too much practicing, so I could still kind of mess up because it's kind of confusing because you're going to be playing these keys and then back to A. I almost want to go back to this D. Anyway, definitely practice it slow and then get faster at it. So this is how the introduction looks like when played together with the left hand. So you could move your octave lower if you want, so see it has that like lower sound. So for the first two times you can make it high. Play your octave higher over here. See, I went lower now. How great the chasm that lay between us, and you go straight into the verse. So if you're not singing and you're just playing, you can actually continue with this melody while the vocalist sings. But if you're singing, it might be a little difficult to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm just heading right into the chords, and I'm not even going to attempt to play that melody line because it's just harder to focus on your voice, I think. All right, so that was the introduction. Now going into verse 1, we have the chord A. I'm going to keep playing an octave for now with my left hand. I have an A and then an E, D, F sharp minor, and E. Now with my right hand, I'm going to be playing the inverted A just like we saw in the introduction. And then I'm going to play an inverted E. And here's my E chord. So I can either switch from an A and then move it to this E chord, or I could play the E chord by playing this B down here. I'm going to invert it just because it's easier to move from A to E like this versus moving from here to here for me. So here's my A, here's my E, and it might be an E suspended here, so we'll see. And then a D chord. I could play the regular D chord, but I can always also play the D inverted chord. You guys, inverted chords totally changed my life, and I actually have a lesson on them on my website. Go to worshippianotutorials.com/lessons. I love inverted chords. They have a deeper sound versus like this. You have this sound. It's just like so deep. I love inverting chords. Anyway, so you have your A, your E, and then a D. You can play D, a regular D, and then an F sharp minor. You can also invert F sharp minor, but I usually just play the regular one, and then E again. So let's do the first 2 lines. So, how great the chasm that lay between us, how high the mountain I could not climb. Again, keeping it super simple, literally just hitting each chord 1 time. Da, that lay between us. You don't want to be doing anything too crazy and, pressing on those chords. Just once works. The mountain. Switching to F sharp minor between the words. I could not climb. Now focusing on the next 2 lines, the chords kind of switch up. There's an A, E, and then you have an A over C sharp, which is an A/C sharp. You play A with your right hand and C sharp with your left hand. And then you have a D again and an E. So an A/ over C sharp is such a beautiful chord. I actually have a lesson on slash chords as well. They just create this like dimension. Just hear it. That's so beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna go to those 2 lines. Desperation, I turn to heaven, spoke your name. So notice A/C sharp is spoke your name into the night. Now we go into this part of the verse. It's so beautiful. We started with a D. So then through the D, darkness, and then we're gonna go into a A. Your loving kindness tore through the. Now here we have another kind of a weird chord. It's a E over G sharp. So E/G sharp, and it looks like this. You have an E and then a G sharp here. E with the right hand, G sharp with your left hand. Tore through the shadow. So you're just gonna use that chord for tore through the, and then on shadows you go into the F sharp minor. All right. So darkness, your loving kindness tore through the shadows of my soul. The work is finished. The end is written. Jesus Christ, my living hope. So I tried to play regular chords for you just to see what I'm playing. A D, E, A. All right, and then you go into verse 2. Now verse 2, you can play a bit more powerfully and add like maybe a second chord with your right hand. So who could imagine so great a mercy? What heart could fathom such boundless grace? So see how I'm hitting the keys a bit harder. So the God of ages stepped down from glory to wear my sin and bear my shame. The cross has spoken. So now you can tell I'm getting a lot more powerful. I'm playing the deeper notes over here, the lower ones, and much harder. I'm pressing on the keys harder. And I'm also pressing with my left hand, my right hand a lot more often. So cross has spoken. I am forgiven. The King of Kings calls me his own. Beautiful Savior, I'm yours forever. Jesus Christ, my living hope. Hallelujah. So what you saw me do there was a little bit of a build up. Okay, so at the end, you want to build up for the chorus. So again, I'm hitting harder, playing the same chords. Jesus Christ, my living hope. So the way I like to build up is pressing a lot more often, specifically with the left hand, because you have the lower notes here, and it really causes the volume to go up. And if you really want to build up, you could even do octave. see that it's my hands are kind of small. It's hard for me to press on an octave really. I can press lightly but not super hard, but if you can press on both, on the octave super hard, it creates like a build-up effect. Obviously, if you have a guitar and drums, you don't have to do all the work, but with just piano, you do kind of have to do the work. So, Jesus Christ, my living hope. Hallelujah, praise the Lord who set me free. And you go into that chorus and see it's full blast, it's super loud and beautiful. So you have the D chord here. I'm playing again the inverted D, so you can always play the A down here or up here. And then you have an A chord, and then an E. One who set me free. F sharp minor. And then again, those chords are repeat. Then you have another D and A. Essentially, the chords kind of basically repeat in the chorus. It's really beautiful. So I'm just going to go through the chorus for you to see how I play with that build-up. Praise the one who set me free. Hallelujah. Death has lost its grip on me. You have broken every chain. Salvation in your name. Jesus Christ, my living hope. So that's basically how I'm playing it. You might have noticed that I am pressing on those left keys a lot more often, and that really creates that volume for me. So you can tell the left hand is doing a lot of that rhythm for me and a lot of that volume, while my right hand is focused just on those chords, also adding that higher. Now, so that is the chorus. If you want to add some higher keys, you can definitely do that and play chords up here. So like, it's nothing complicated. Here and there you can kind of add the, some octaves. If you're playing E, you can just add some E octaves and play the chords a bit higher if you want those higher notes in the song. All right, then you go into verse 3, and it's essentially the same thing as verse 1 and 2, really simple. And again, you go into that chorus. Now at the end, if you do want to do a really quiet chorus, you can definitely do that, like praise the one who set me free. So you just press on those chords, and it really changes that sound. Broken every chain. Jesus Christ, my living hope. Hallelujah. And then you can get louder and then go super loud too. So whatever you want. Anyway, you guys, this song is just absolutely beautiful. And if you want to learn all about these little things that you can add when you're playing songs and how to beautify your playing, go to pianoministrycourse.com, and I teach all about, piano ministry and the situations you face as a keyboard player. Sometimes, people randomly ask you to go up and play, and sometimes you can get stuck. So I'm here to kind of help out with that. Again, that's pianoministrycourse.com, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.